Live. This hangout on the air is live. Okay. Welcome to Atomic Westeros. And we are back for season 6, episode 4, The Book of the Stranger. My name is Kevin Archibald. I make compromises with slave owners every time I eat chocolate. That's actually sad and true. And you do as well, in case you didn't know. And she will pretend to laugh at your rape jokes and then set you on fire and watch you burn. She is Rochelle Montanona.
The Unburnt, yes.
Yeah, we'll definitely get to that scene in a second. But first, before we get there, hold on. I got to put some time on the clock. Now, we had some feedback about the time on the clock.
I got time you too. Let me see. Let me get my timer going too. Okay, like when you start, you tell me. Okay.
All right. People were complaining about 10 minutes not being long enough, and I'm wondering.
Oh, wow.
We give them a 25% increase. Should we give them 12 and a half minutes?
I'm okay with that. So you want to do 12 and a half minutes? Okay, that's fine.
No. This is Game of Thrones. We only disappoint people as Game of Thrones does all the time. So we're setting it for 10 minutes.
So let me know when you're starting, because I'm gonna start at the same time.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
9:59, 9:58. Okay, all the things. So, Jon and Sansa reunite. The showrunners are so kind to us.
Oh my god, it was
They're
the
so
best
kind
thing
to us.
ever. I was like, yes, the Stark family's finally getting their love. I was just, I mean, it was an emotional moment because like these actors have never really been in a scene together like since like the beginning. But no, it was great. It was emotional. I loved it. And it's just like we were waiting for this because the Stark family has just been getting the shaft.
Do you think that this is like the showrunners are super soft? Like if this was George R.R., he would be waiting for them to be bayoneted. Like I gotta say, I was waiting for the other shoe to drop. So
No. This is our moment. We're going to relish it, just like when we saw Jon Snow come back to life. We must relish in these tiny Stark love moments, which is very few and far between. So thank you.
It was nice. Sansa is humbled. She's a different person than she was before. So I don't know. It was nice. And and as they rode in, you saw Tormund Giantsbane and Brienne with their eyes.
God. Yeah, that was, oh my god, the second scene when they went back to them and when they were eating dinner, everyone was just quiet. Just seeing the look on Tormund's face, just eyeing Brienne, and Brienne just like, why are you looking at me? And he's like, man, I want some of that. And it was so funny. I look forward to their scenes where he's actually going to talk to her. It's going to be great. I look forward to that.
I don't know if there's gonna be much talking going on. He's a take charge kind of guy, and she's a take charge kind of woman. So
well, she'll easily fight him off. There's gonna be like nothing rapey, but yeah, Tormund, that stuff is great. And should we talk about the letter from Ramsey?
Oh, the letter! So Ramsey has written a letter. Come and see.
Come and see. Yeah, basically saying, hey, bastard, I have your house. I have your brother. Bring back my wife so I can rape her and let everyone else rape her. But yeah, that's just, this is basically now the thing where it's going to unite the North. And we know that the North is going to unite because we had a scene with Littlefinger going back to the Eyrie to basically say, hey, let's get involved. So
yes, but let's not jump into Littlefinger just yet because I want to do him properly.
Okay.
But yeah, the letter. I love the letter because it's like Ramsey being, I mean, Ramsey's growing on me, and we'll get to him in just a second. But
I don't like.
I love how he's provoking.
There's an actual photo of the actual letter from the series to see how like they write. So that's actually kind of interesting. But yeah, okay, let's continue. We're at 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
Okay, well, yeah, okay. But one more thing about the letter. I mean, the letter is great. The letter is a cool part of the books, and it happens in the
books.
It's in the books, but it happens before Jon is stabbed. So he gets the letter. And he's being taunted to come down. And then he takes the bait. He's like, okay, I'm going to get some of the Night's Watch. We're going to go to Winterfell and take it. Now, these brothers had taken an oath not to get involved. So as soon as, and that's one of the things that precipitates him being stabbed. So the people who stab him in the books are a bit more justified. They're a bit more righteous because Jon was leading the Night's Watch into like the battles of Westeros where they shouldn't have been going. But in this, it's a bit more like, anyhow, we're talking about the show more than the books, but I don't know. The letter was a very precipitous point in the books, and I'm glad to see it here. So anyhow, Ramsey wrote the letter, and let's quickly get into Ramsey and Asha and the apple. which wasn't it a wasteful way to eat an apple? Is that what you took away from this scene?
Basically, it's just another scene of Ramsey being Ramsey. He's just like the evil Bane, and
Didn't you think Asha was going to win? Didn't you think Asha was going to get a little something there?
For a tiny second, but then
because you've been softened. You've been softened by Sansa and Jon reuniting. Your guard was down.
Ramsey was way too cunning, and of course he found out from Theon on how she easily tricked them. So no more Tonks. And if you know, when I say Tonks, she played Tonks in the Harry Potter movies. So yeah, no more her. She's gone.
That's too bad because she was a super cool character.
Mm-hmm, yeah, she was.
But I gotta say, Ramsey is growing on me. The way he does everything with style, he's much more better than Joffrey ever was.
That's true. He definitely has more style than just pure evil-hearted Joffrey. But this guy, he is freaking sadistic. I can't take the sadisticness of it. So
I like his letter though. Come and see. Come and see. All right, getting over to Littlefinger, Lord Mayor Carcetti, Peter Baelish. Mm-hmm. He's back, and he's pushing the Knights of the Vale to a war. Did you like seeing him back?
Yeah, and it was just kind of seeing his power over young Robin, who's such a he deserves a good smacking from Tyrion or something like that. But yeah, he easily is the one controlling. But no, I'm happy to see that he wants to get involved. But at the same time, it's like he's going to get involved, which means something is going to happen to where he backstabs someone somehow until he gets what he wants, because we know that's what he does. And
he is the best Game of Throner left.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's the one that's actually still coming out on top. Yeah, versus Tyrion. So yes, that is a true statement. However, if you saw previews for the next episode, it's good. He finally is going to confront Sansa.
Which I didn't. I stay away. I stay away from all that stuff.
Okay.
But if he takes over Winterfell, he could be the most powerful man in the North, and mm-hmm. I dig it. I mean, almost the most powerful man in the kingdom.
Mm-hmm. But Sansa knows better, so she's going to find out. So we'll figure it out. Okay, 5 minutes 50 seconds. So we're over the halfway mark.
Yara and Theon, but they're totally boring. So let's skip those guys.
I think it's interesting that it's just the sister-brother bond that happened, and we're going to find out next episode with the Kingsmoot on the Iron Island. So it's just interesting. The
contested convention.
Yeah, so pretty much, and he's gonna hopefully get some sort of redemption there. So yeah, there's that. Let's
all right.
Next.
And then down to King's Landing, we had a big old meeting with Olenna, Kevin Lannister, Jaime Lannister, Cersei. Mm-hmm. What did you think about all that action?
Great, because you heard the whole Reigns of Castamere theme in the background. Lannisters are coming back. We're building up to the tension where the Tyrell armies are going to be coming to King's Landing, and they're going to go out ahead with the Sparrow and his followers, and people going to die. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Do you think the little what's her name's brother, Marjorie's brother, Loras, is going to die?
I don't know, but yeah, that scene with him. Okay, so the whole reason why this is called Book of the Stranger is because the Sparrow talks to Marjorie, and he's talking to her about a story about him, which actually is similar to the books, the Book of the Seven, and it's like Book of the Stranger verse whatever. And I was like, okay, that's why this episode's called Book of the Stranger. But
well, I don't know, because the Stranger, they have 7 gods, right? And the Stranger is the Grim Reaper. Basically,
okay.
The Stranger is the one who is death. He's like a skull. He's like a skull. So when you see Stranger, it's like the death aspect of God. Mm-hmm. So, and not many people died. So I was like, but there that is.
I know, but no, yeah. So it's interesting to see him talk about that. Maybe he's trying to win over her, but she knows. Marjorie understands, and hopefully, yeah, she's trying to make Loras strong. But yeah, obviously, Loras is the weak point here. Hopefully, we'll find out what happens in a future episode.
No, we've got 2 minutes left, so I'm going to cut you there.
Okay.
Because I know you want to talk about. Daenerys and her big old.
But we didn't even talk about Tyrion.
You know what? I think Marine's getting really boring. I think they need to leave Grey Worm and Missandei there and say, let's leave you guys behind.
I think it's interesting because you see Tyrion here doing his whole Game of Thrones in Marine and seeing how it's working out. But yeah, that's interesting enough as is. Okay, but I thought that was seeing how meeting the Masters and him giving him a bunch of horrors, seeing how that works out. But he obviously knows how to play it, and hopefully it will work out. But yeah.
Okay, but let's get back. Jorah Mormont and Daario show up to rescue Daenerys, but she rolls out the fire and boobs to save things.
You knew she was when she was on that. I'm like, oh, she's gonna push that shit down. I thought at first she was just gonna show them hey, I can survive fire. You need to worship me. No, she's like, I'm just gonna kill all you culls. you guys are worthless to me. So, that was awesome. And I thought that was great for the fact that it's basically season 1, episode 10, her coming from the ashes or like from the fire. And then everyone in, what I forgot, it's called Dothrakis or whatever. They see her and they basically say, okay, she is like the savior. She is the one. And it's like,
they bow. Yeah. Very much parallel to that. It might be cribbing themselves. I don't know. Is it parallel or is it we've run out of ideas? What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's good. No, I don't think it's necessarily running out of ideas. That she's using the weapons that she has, which is she can't burn. So she can't. She's obviously not a warrior, so she's using what she has. So I'm totally okay with that, and it'll be interesting to see how that works out. And it's kind of weird because like someone I follow on Twitter, he was like arguing with people on YouTube about how like arguing like they hate the whole white savior thing. I'm like, I didn't see this as a white savior. I thought this is a woman, attack, fighting back for the patriarchy, that sort of thing, like fighting the men. So I was like, yay, strong woman using what she has.
There's another woman winning the leadership there. Yara is winning the Iron Isles. It looks like women are just taking over. And we got 1 second left, and then ding ding. That's our time.
Hey, we got things in. That's pretty good.
We got it in. We did our 10-minute Westeros show, so sorry to those who wanted us to bang on for an hour.
I'm not sorry. We don't got time. I want to go watch more stuff.
But since we're out of the show now, I think we can talk about who we didn't see, which was no Bran, which makes me sad. I can't believe that makes me sad. But other than that, we got pretty much all of the principals, didn't we? Is there anyone that we didn't see?
I mean, we didn't really talk about...
Big Zombie Mountain. No, I mean people who weren't in this episode.
Oh, okay. Arya,
that's right. She was excluded this time. But yeah, no, that was good. It was a good little tight episode. I think it's going to be moving and shaking. Certainly, lots is kind of happening. So we'll see if Cersei's going to ride up to Meereen or what she's going to do in the next episode. So
Cersei riding up to Meereen? You mean Daenerys?
Yeah, Daenerys. not so much Cersei.
It's okay. Okay, cool. Okay, so I think we're good. Thank you for listening, listeners. Again, I'm not sorry that we're only doing this for 10 minutes because I think that's good enough. Because I don't think, we don't need to go into the details and the nitty gritty. That's stuff you guys can do on forums and stuff. So
there you go. Or on our Facebook. So come on our Facebook. That's Facebook/ATW9K and chat us up how you like this episode or don't like this episode, either of Game of Thrones or of Atomic Westeros. We can take it. Come at us. All right. Cheers.
Later.